Civilian federal service follows countless paths, each road unique, each journey distinct. Group term life insurance from WAPA has the coverage and benefits to protect you and your loved ones wherever Fed life leads. WAPA, for feds, by feds.
Chris Plant here, inviting you to join me this July on our Listener Sea Cruise to Iceland. Travel in absolute luxury, meet new like-minded friends, and hang out with me. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com to book today.
Attention taxpayers, the IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's tax. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Working hard is worth it if you're seeing results. And when it comes to working out, the same thing is true. You want the maximum benefit in the time you have, and that's exactly what Tonal is built for. And with their latest iteration, Tonal 2, you can ensure your workout is more tailored and effective than ever. Tonal's at-home strength training system uses adaptive weight to learn from your movement and set the optimal weight for every move, adjusting in 1-pound increments up to 250 pounds, challenging even the most advanced users to push their limits. You can also experience a full-body burn with the new Arrowhit workouts, the perfect blend of heart-pumping cardio and strength. Plus, the new built-in Smart View leverages a high-resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout, analyzes your movement, and provides real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code TONAL200. That's Tonal.com and use promo code TONAL200 for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code TONAL200 for $200 off.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
So going traffic on 95 southbound from the Beltway to Woodbridge and from Dale City to the Centerport Parkway, and delays continue in towards Fredericksburg. 395 slowing southbound between Washington Boulevard and the Beltway. Northbound side is heavy from 110 to the 14th Street Bridge, and some delays on 66 westbound between the Beltway and 123 and from the Fairfax County Parkway towards Business 234 in the district in Northwest. Watch out for accident activity on Kansas Avenue at Jefferson Street and on Kansas Avenue at Quincy Street, and traffic lights not working at the intersection of Maryland Avenue and Bladensburg Road in Northeast. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Our winds will be easing this evening, but our temperatures dropping overnight with lighter winds. Temperatures will drop to around 26 to 32 degrees. So some icy patches for Friday morning. 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 52 degrees in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
She's here. Now broadcasting under the underground signpost. The fowls of a hidden secret somewhere under the freaking steel of a nondescript building. We've once again made contact with our leader of that.
in here. Our number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Man, there's a lot on the plate. But President has a news conference with the Indian Prime Minister. I want to tap into this briefly. Go.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that my administration has approved the extradition of one of the plotters and one of the very evil people of the world, and having to do with the horrific 2008 Mumbai terrorist attack, to face justice in India. So he's going to be going back to India to face justice. As we deepen our defense partnership, will also strengthen our economic ties and bring greater fairness and reciprocity to our trading relationship. As a signal of good faith, Prime Minister Modi recently announced the reductions to India's unfair, very strong tariffs that limit U.S. access into the Indian market very strongly. And really, it's a big problem, I must say. India imposes a 30 to 40 to 60 and even 70% tariff on so many of the goods, and in some cases far more than that. And as an example, a 70% tariff on U.S. cars going into India, which makes it pretty much impossible to sell those cars. Today, the U.S. Trade deficit with India is almost $100 billion. And Prime Minister Modi and I have agreed that we'll begin negotiations to address the long-running disparities that should have been taken care of over the last 4 years, but they didn't do that in the U.S.-India trading relationship, with the goal of signing an agreement. And we want, we want a certain level playing field, which we really think we're entitled to. And he does also, in fairness. We're going to work on that very hard, and we can make up the difference very easily with the deficit, with the sale of oil and gas, LNG, of which we have more than anybody in the world. The Prime Minister and I also reached an important agreement on energy that will restore the United States as a leading supplier of oil and gas to India. It will be hopefully their number one supplier. The groundbreaking development for U.S. nuclear industry. India is also reforming its laws to welcome U.S. nuclear technology, which is at the highest level, into the Indian market. This will bring safe, clean, and affordable electricity to millions of Indians and tens of billions of dollars to the U.S. civilian nuclear industry in India. And under the framework we are announcing today, the United States and India are also joining forces to ensure that artificial intelligence and other advanced technologies are developed by the two of the most advanced nations, intellectually and otherwise technologically, anywhere in the world. There's nobody very much closer. We have an incredible relationship there. This is where it seems to be heading. And artificial intelligence, a very complex subject, but it seems to be where people want to be and they want to go. And we're leading right now by a lot, but other people will try to catch us.
Absolute intelligence right here.
Make tremendous amounts of electricity available. And we're going to let the people that are buying the electricity.
That figures for people who know it's not for the good guys.
And we've never done this in our country, but we're going to get it done very quickly. Lee Zeldin and his group are going to get the
Whipper. Trump is a
Yankee,
just like me.
Calling it a national emergency, and that's exactly what.
Only I didn't grow up in New York City.
We're going to remain at the top of the AI or artificial intelligence, I think, for a long time to come, and we're going to be working very closely with India and other countries on that. But right now, we're the leader by quite a bit. Finally, we agreed to work together to help build one of the greatest trade routes in all of history. It will run from India to Israel to Italy and onward to the United States, connecting our partners by ports, railways, and undersea cables, many undersea cables. It's a big development. It's a lot of money.
That's not Jeff.
And we've already spent some, but we're going to be spending a lot more in order to stay advanced and stay the leader. I'm pleased to report that with today's announcements, the friendship between the United States and India is the strongest I believe it's ever been. I think our relationship is the best it's ever been between two leaders of the two countries. And it's an honor to say that. I'd like to now invite the Prime Minister to say a few words, and then we'll take some questions. And we appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much.
President Trump, delegates of both countries, friends from the media,
Prime Minister Modi.
I would like to first of all express my heartfelt gratitude to my dear
And in a few minutes, we'll pull away, but I want to explain to you why this is so important.
President Trump has been instrumental in nurturing India-US ties, making them vibrant. I could feel the same enthusiasm, the same enthusiasm, the same energy, the same commitment that we had worked with during first term. Our discussions today highlighted our pride in our accomplishments during his first term, the deep mutual trust that we share, and also the resolve to attain new goals. We also that the partnership and cooperation between India and the US can shape a better world. Friends, the people of America are aware of President Trump's motto, "Make America Great Again," or
Modi.
MAGA.
MAGA.
America.
Modi says MAGA. Make that clone. MAGA Modi.
Are focusing on both heritage and development as they move forward at a fast pace and with a firm resolve to ensure a developed India by 2047. If I were to say this, borrowing an expression from America, our vision for a developed India is to make India great.
I doubt I'll make 83 if I do. Wow.
When America and India work together, that is, when it's MAGA plus MEGA, it becomes MEGA, a mega partnership for prosperity. And it is this mega spirit that gives new scale and scope to our objectives. Friends, today we have also set ourselves the target of more than doubling our bilateral trade to attain $500 billion by 2030. Our teams will work on concluding very soon a mutually beneficial trade agreement in order to ensure India's energy security. We will focus on trade in oil and gas, investment in energy infrastructure will also increase. In the area of nuclear energy, we also discussed increasing cooperation on small modular reactors. Friends, America plays an important role in India's defense preparedness. As strategic and trusted partners, we are moving forward actively towards joint development, joint production, and transfer of technology. In the times to come as well,
Modi, do you
new
eat beef?
technologies and equipment enhance our capacities. We have decided to launch the Autonomous Systems Industry Alliance and a defense cooperation framework for the next decade will be prepared.
I hope you're listening, Hitesh.
Defense interoperability,
You and your little brood.
logistics, repair, and maintenance will also be its key components. Friends, the 21st century is a technology-driven century. Close cooperation in the area of technology between countries that believe in democratic values can give new direction, strength, and opportunities to the
Let me break away here briefly and explain a few things, if I may. I've talked about this before on my various platforms. India is a crucial country. It is a massive population. Geographically, it's very, very important. It also borders Communist China. Communist China is constantly agitating to take land from China, as it's agitating to take islands off of Japan,
India.
as it's agitating to take islands from the Philippines, as it's agitating and threatening the navigable waters.
Hope you're listening, Hitesh.
As it's agitating Australia, and as it's pushing the outer boundaries of its power and its control geographically, militarily, and economically. India is not a powerhouse yet, but it can be a powerhouse. India works very, very closely with Israel and vice versa. Why? Because Israel is a technological juggernaut. The United States and Israel.
Go ahead, hate the Jews.
Israel is a technological juggernaut on military technology, among other things. And it's leading the way. President Reagan was the first to really think about the strategic defense initiative. And the Israelis signed an MOU with the United States a few years later, really the only country to embrace it, even beyond us. And that's why they have this Iron Dome and these multiple missile tiered systems of defense. We do too, but not in a way that protects the United States. We have a few areas of the United States that are protected, but the rest of the United States is naked. Israel has actually advanced beyond us in this area. And Israel has taken the lead. We are also working on it, but now we haven't advanced as far as we have laser weapons. That will change everything. That will be able to, destroy where you want to fed hitting missiles.
The weather here is crazy.
Energized light. This is something that's science fiction. The Israelis have been really focused on this for obvious reasons. India is not ignorant about this. India wants to tap into this. Israel is working with India on many fronts, and India is purchasing technologies from Israel as well. Now, why is this important? Because if you look at a map, and even beyond a map, you realize that India is a crucial, not just economic strategic partner, not just geographic strategic partner, but
always been that way. Always been that way. India is the crossroads for these
strong ties to Russia. They've had
criminals that live over there.
India had ties to Russia before they had ties to us. We had ties.
I'd love to see a wild tiger.
Including Pakistan.
That'd be the one thing I'd like to see. Tiger in the wild.
Important to be in an alliance with Pakistan.
That'd be
given what's going on.
Fucking 900 pounds of fucking cat. My favorite cat, Bengal tiger. Cincinnati.
They have these economic ties. India, like China, is starving of energy. We have plentiful energy. And when you look at what Donald Trump is doing, he's trying to reindustrialize certain of our industries, including our shipbuilding industry, which is way behind the communist Chinese. We literally need to restart it. You can see energy production, where he is hell-bent on advancing this in every way possible. That's crucial. And you can see artificial intelligence Donald Trump's spending a lot of time and resources and focus on this because it's crucial. More when I return.
What?
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
This country was founded on freedom. Freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea. Blockading us when we.
This is going to get it going right here, what I'm thinking.
It's time to throw your overpriced big wireless content.
Don't really expect it to happen, but I got to let my feelings be known. Hey, Wolfie, it's safe for you to come here. I won't allow Wiggin or any of his fucking creeps to attack you. You're one streamer who treated me right, and I really do appreciate it. You know that.
On America's most dependable 5G network. Get your iPhone.
You and Zenny and me get together. We're the funniest ones out here. That's true.
Say the keyword Mark Levin and Pure Talk's US.
Put aside all the fucking negative vibes. Wolfster, Zenny, and me are funnier than a fucker. Those girls make me laugh.
Pure Talk, America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
The accident on eastbound 66 at the off-ramp to the Fairfax County Parkway has now been cleared.
I'm not doing that because I want to aggravate somebody. I'm never going to go in his chat again. I've been saying that, and it's,
Parkway towards Business 234
I can't take a joke.
on 95 heading southbound from the
And you lied again.
to the Prince William Parkway. And keep in mind,
You said Mike Harrison told you not to get involved with her. And today on your fucking channel, I wish somebody would have warned me. You're a lying fucker, Wiggin. You're jealous of this. Wolfie and Zenny, like me, thought I was funny and all that. Oh, yeah. You can't stand seeing Billy Hayden get the accolades.
If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's
Not your buddy, Charlie.
IRS on you.
The United States is going to save India because they've been under attack. They border China. It's a very long border. Some of it's fucking impassable. You got the Himalaya mountains.
All new Nissan. Seats miles away of the day. That sometimes the greatest one.
So yeah, happy Valentine's Day to Wolfie and Zenny. They actually have been very cordial with me, especially Wolfie. Hey, I'm a dime a dozen. Right? You know how many divorced men there are in the United States? Their fucking women leave them after being with them for 10, 15 years and gone. You want to, Wiggin, you want me to show a picture of my wife? You're in no position to demand anything. And I'm dead serious. My ex-wife looked just like Gina Lola. When I started dating her, everybody talked about it. She looked just like Gina Lola Brigida. Yes, she was good looking. You're an idiot. I was married once. That's enough. My one girl I was married to fucking beats anybody you ever been with, Wiggin. I'll have to prove shit to you. Yeah, I won't be back to your chat. You settled it today. You kept on talking about me. I went back and listened to the fucking garbage. So I gave you a view. You sit there and say, I don't call other people stream and watch. Oh, I got to take mine down. I get reported. Oh, well, how come I get to leave mine up? You didn't find that funny today when I was doing you and Gotti fighting over me? I think you want me more than Gotti does. You need me more than Gotti does, that's for sure. Wiggin. You're the joke. Oh, I really can't take a joke. You're not joking. Insult and innuendo is not joking.
Making sense of the headlines. Let me break it down for you. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Mornings from 5 to
Probably enough said about that.
Making sense of the news.
I thought me and Charlie are the only ones that go to your chat. Yeah. Fuck you, Wigan.
It's a different way of doing business. It's very hard to sell into India because they have trade barriers, very strong tariffs. We are right now a reciprocal nation. We are going to, if it's India or if it's somebody else with low tariffs, we're going to have the same. We're going to have whatever India charges, we're charging them. Whatever another country charges, we're charging them. So it's called reciprocal, which I think is a very fair way. We didn't have that. I was going to do that.
By the way, as a free marketer, I think that is very fair. I think that is very fair.
Protects the American businessmen doing business overseas.
By another country.
Protects our companies doing business overseas.
In a way that
Like toilet paper. What else do they need from us? Energy. We were energy independent. We got more than all them fuckers over there.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out?
Then there's Canada.
Founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-809-7171. 800-809-7171. Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
What's your risk that the IRS is coming for your unpaid taxes or unfiled returns? Assessing your risk will help you decide what to do. Call Tax Network USA. They're the best. Share your IRS tax situation and they'll assess for free if your risk level is high, moderate, or low. Stop.
My ex-wife was into drugs. Like your fucking women.
958-1000 or visit T.
That's why your daughter's crippled, because of your fucking way you abuse your own self. You abuse drugs. You abuse the mother of your children. So, Wigan, there you go. You fucking, you want me to come up on your panel to kick my ass? I've been up there. You've thrown me out. You come here, you're like Ziggy, what Ziggy did. I let that dumb fucker up here. I didn't want to let Charlie up yesterday. I knew what he was doing. Yeah, I timed you out, Charlie. I knew you'd be here. You're the monkey. You're the trained monkey. I'm not a monkey. You are a monkey, Charlie. Clapping seal, actually, is what you are. Oh, Wigan. Wigan. Wigan.
Conference after a White House meeting. Mr. Trump says starting this year, they'll increase military.
Yeah, he won all right. I wouldn't want to be Alicia and being known for fucking fighting a man online who's 30 years my senior. That doesn't look very good.
He says the goal is
you would have been better off getting with Jeff. At least he's your age.
Victim of a cyber attack. It's now under investigation by the state police and the FBI.
Should have stuck with Jeff. Yeah, he could have helped you with them kids a lot more than what fucking Wigan's gonna do. Oh yeah, he's gonna leave you something? Yeah, we're supposed to care.
On Google Play or the Apple App Store and stay connected.
You would think after about the second or third email, you'd have just blocked it. But instead, you fucking played right along. So it's 6-1, half dozen the other. I can't hate Rusty any more than I can hate you. I'm going to have to hate you both the same or love you both the same. I'm not sure. Fucking changes every minute.
The latest study I want to tell you about is out of Mexico. Researchers found that weekend warriors.
And there's no doubt if Wolfie did come in here, this place would pile up, wouldn't it? Already is. They'll be fucking making videos and shit and talking about me elsewhere. That's what people do. Not once have you ever heard me go to somebody's chat and say, quit talking about me. It's impossible. Unrealistic is what you are, Wigan. Saying that I can't take a joke. Now, insult and innuendo is not joking, Wigan. It's not joking. It's not. It's not funny. Maybe to you. Not Charlie. Charlie, you gonna come here and try to troll me?
My new best friend. Might look like any normal, playful puppy. Raised to become a canine companions for independence assistance dog for a person with a disability. To get there, she needs lots of loving care and attention, plenty of exercise, and good eating habits so that she can live a long and healthy life for her future family. Visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK. Raise a puppy, change a life. You can make a world of difference in the life of a person with a disability.
Making sense of the media. The news media is attacking her because this is what happens when you're a Republican. Explain. Case 9 to do. Anyway, News 5.9 WMAL. Making sense of the media.
I'm not the one that made a channel, Wartlandia. It is a strange place for a birthmark, that's for sure. I get drunk every day to try to forget about that fucker too. Yeah, you made fun of me a lot, Alicia. Had a good old time doing it, didn't you? And I can't troll you back, Alicia. As Wiggins said so. Woo. Woo.
I'm not sure a lot of people like these puppets here, but I like them. I love them. Oh no. 877-381-3811. Ladies and gentlemen, massive corruption, massive fraud, massive redistribution of your wealth and our debt to corrupt radical left-wing organizations and causes here and overseas. You've got flat-out fraud taking place, tens of billions of dollars in Social Security that is diminishing the availability of funds that seniors who've paid into it and soon-to-be seniors who will be coming into that program. I can't think of a
I did a paper in college on Social Security Trust Fund.
Not one. Yet apparently it's the official position of the Democrat Party to use their state.
Well, I see my college transcripts.
Lawsuits to
I could show them to you.
The Trump administration, to stop Elon Musk, to stop all these folks who are volunteering time. Patriotic citizens. Auditing, from investigating, gathering information.
Holler, when I was your age, I was in college and working.
There's now a mega lawsuit that's been brought by these Democrats.
Yeah, when I turned 18, I joined the Navy.
Colluding, conspiring. Challenging.
How long you been 34, Jeff Holler?
Challenging their access to information is unconstitutional. They're trying to drive a stake through the efforts to uncover all this fraud, waste, and abuse. That, ladies and gentlemen, amounts to hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars.
Billions.
It is now clear that the Democrat Party stands for and would
trillions and
not
billions.
only continue
trillions upon billions,
massive amounts of fraud in our government.
Billions upon trillions.
So you have to assume they're benefiting from it. Their causes are benefiting from it. Their organizations are benefiting from it. Can you tell me one Democrat leader who's put forward any proposals whatsoever to deal with this? None. Can you tell me what the Biden regime in 4 years did about this? You might say, what about Trump? That's interesting. Trump was busy fighting impeachments and criminal investigations and subpoenas and all the rest. So the Democrats, the same Democrats that did everything they could to kneecap him, to prevent him from pursuing his agenda, to prevent him from doing what he's doing now. Now they complain that he wasn't doing it. We're not stupid. We know what's going on here. The Democrat Party wants the corruption, wants the fraud. Otherwise, what explains their conduct?
They haven't said, let's work with the Republicans. Let's work with Trump and figure out what's going on here. No, they're in courts. They're cherry picking the radical left-wing judges in these radical left-wing cities. And then the irony of them claiming that these things are unconstitutional. They're going to take lectures from these bastards about the Constitution when they've spent years telling us through critical race theory, through the 1619 Project, that the Constitution itself is poisonous, is cancerous, that was written by a bunch of slaveholders, that the Constitution reinforces white privilege. This is what they said. This is how they lectured us. These were the guests on cable and elsewhere. They've written books about it. Bestsellers. Promoted by corporate America. Promoted by corporate media. Academia. They set up organizations on college campuses, heavily funded to promote this propaganda. We were told the Constitution's too old, needs to be modernized. We were told that the Constitution enshrined privilege, white privilege. And now the Democrat Party waves around the Constitution, wraps itself in the Constitution as it now attacks an administration that's trying to actually abide by the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. They're not violating any laws. They're not violating any provisions of the Constitution. And yet this is the allegation. The Democrat Party is more than schizophrenic. It's civil. It's got 20 personalities. Whatever works, whatever they need to say. What is it that drives the Democrat Party? Is it the best interest of you, the American people? Is it the best interest of the country as a whole? Is it really the Constitution? When they scheme and plot day in and day out on how to usurp it and skirt it? What have I told you the Democrat Party is about? Power. I've said it enough times that they're regurgitating on our favorite cable network and elsewhere. Power. That's what it's about. They see their power under attack. They don't care about corruption. It's their corruption. It's their organizations. It's their ideology that's being funded, not ours. So it doesn't matter if money's wasted. They don't view it as wasted at all. This guy, Elon Musk.
Hi,
We should
Lori.
be thanking God that we have people like this.
Hi.
Extraordinary. Along in a time in history.
I
we
hope
need
you're well.
somebody like this.
Hope you're
And
feeling
these are
good.
People he's bringing to bear on this.
Enjoy the show.
This massive Leviathan.
I enjoy listening to this. I enjoy the callers.
While they tried to stop him in every way possible, he'd be serving time in a federal prison today if the Democrat Party had its
Reminds
way.
me of
If
something.
the media had its way. He'd be in federal prison today as I speak to you. And Kamala Harris would be the president of the United States.
I'm about to start taking notes, writing shit down.
We had entities within our government that's actually funding terrorism.
Wiggin compared me to his mother. His mother used to listen to Rush Limbaugh, so I guess I'm just as dumb as his mother is. That's what's been on my mind since I. Let's listen to the Jew scream. He is Jewish.
Jake Tapper, Wolf Blitzer, and the rest.
You're welcome, Lori. It's good to see you.
Buffoons. MSNBC, they're on the attack, on the attack. You don't get any information if you're watching.
Weather's been
MSNBC.
crazy here.
None of it.
Winter mix.
$36 trillion debt to include the
Freezing rain, turned to rain. Now it's sleeting again, snowing. It's nasty out. Wind blowing.
This morass, this edifice that they've created. Nothing. They had a hearing today. The Democrats, all they did was attack Elon Musk over and over again. Then attack Donald Trump. Then wave around the Constitution. The Democrat Party waving around the Constitution. Seriously, America? Certainly wasn't our Constitution.
My mother
Our
listened.
Soviet
I come home from the Navy. She was listening to Rush Limbaugh.
If the years
That was in 1991. First time I ever heard of him. I come home from the Navy and she was listening to Rush Limbaugh.
to the founding
because she had the radio on all the time.
Lecture you and me about the Constitution? Hell no, we're not going to put up with that. And the American people are onto this. You actually
Keep slandering me, Wiggin.
That is trying legally.
I don't really care. You can say what you want.
To stop the finding, the investigation, the auditing of corruption in our government, of which there is an unimaginable amount. Unimaginable. That are destroying things like Social Security and Medicare. They're not concerned that illegal aliens are on Social Security and Medicare. They're not concerned that people who are dead, apparently their families, are receiving Social Security checks. They're not concerned about any federal contractor that's ripping off the government. They're not concerned about redistributing wealth to foreign countries to push.
She was.
That are anti-American. To push terrorist agenda. They don't care.
Lori, hey, you know, Rusty's, they doxed my mother. They got her senior picture. Rusty has it up on her community page where they keep changing the shit, right? On her Rosteria 666 account, right? So she's got me holding my mother upside down, and you know, that particular picture. My mother had curly hair and was very pretty. And her maiden name is Johnson. So I might be related to the black somewhere. There's a lot of Johnsons that are black.
Their causes and ideologies are the beneficiaries. Their front organizations are the beneficiaries. So what? There's $250 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse.
See you later.
Every single annual federal budget. So what?
Stay out of trouble.
$100 billion is lost in Social Security, including to illegal immigrants.
I'm waiting for Mina to show up. That would be an addition. That would be a great panel. Mina, Wolfster, and Zenny with me up here. We could have some laughs. And I could put everything aside and not say anything bad about anybody. I let them talk.
That is evil and bad. It stands for everything that is anti.
That's probably asking too much. I'd probably have to send a check out for that.
This is who they are. They're out of the closet.
I'm not as rich as Wiggin is. I can't send women money. I'm not sure. What is the exchange rate? American dollar against the British pound these days. Look, I got Whipperman on all them guys going on that. You know, the funniest thing in JC's chat was that day when they're all after ODV and they thought they were teaching ODV and fucking teaching them history of America. And, oh, well, why is the White House called the White House ODV? And ODV says because it's painted white, right? And they laughed at him. Then they finally told him to Google it. So I'm sitting there. So I Googled it, see what Google says, right? And it's, you know, it's called the White House because it's painted white. It's whitewashed. Whitewashing is painting. It's an old farmer trick. It's the only way to stop the mold from growing.
15th Avenue. And in Fredericksburg, Mountain View Road is still closed at the center port due to a long-standing accident. And still some delays on.
But Masons are, you know, trying to take over subliminally. How about it, Rob Noxious? Bring your book up here. Let's discuss your book. Let's bring it up here and let's read that fucker. Let's have a little debate. You know what I mean? We don't have to try to slice each other's throat. I won't call you names or anything. I won't insult you. But let's talk about your book. You know, we all have opinions, right? I always say, oh, everybody has their opinion. You know, but some people, they lie about shit and that's their opinion and they expect you to believe it and then they get mad at you when you don't. Wiggin. No, I'm gonna do what? Go live immediately and fucking complain and shit about what you did. I took my time. My nephew showed up anyways. I've had company 4 times today. When you see me disappear from chat, you can pretty much that I'm fucking busy with somebody.
Hard to concentrate on 2 things.
I get friends and relatives that stop by and smoke a joint with me. They don't want you knowing them. They know what I do though.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And if I do lie to you, you're not gonna know it because I'm better at lying than Bill Clinton is. Ian thinks I go there to make it about me. Oh, Wiggin, you're just so fucking exasperating. Tedious. You're a tedious motherfucker, Wiggin. Don't worry, I'm not gonna come to your chat. I'm certainly not gonna watch and comment anymore. Today's your last day, boy. You fucking lost big time. I won't come to your chat. You know, I'll keep playing that same ass fucking lame game. Dumb fuck. Why do I care if you fucking paying a call girl to come take care of you? That's basically what she is. At least Wolfie has a little bit more class. Just a little bit.
That's why I recommend Trust and Will.
I don't know who Pip is. Yeah, you got to go figure. She's way over there. All right. You know, Lion Eyes, the Eagles, giving her love to a man with cold hands.
It's awful, huh? My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in a day. It's all the medical exam. He just answered a few health questions.
Your hypocritism really showed today, Wiggin. Holy fuck, were you ever wishy-washy? I'm deciding, do I have a beer? And I fill that up with ice, and I have lemonade. I buy lemon juice and I make lemonade out of it.
You wake up. Honor and Company with Larry O'Connor. 5 to 9 a.m. on WMAL.
Have you set your DVRs or your smart TV, folks? Life, Liberty, and Levin, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night, 8
I could
p.m.
probably
Eastern.
stream that on this.
Don't forget to set it.
I was kind of
These
looking
shows
at
that
it.
we're going to be doing.
Then you'd hear the commercials and
My
everything,
Blaze shows,
the music.
Blaze Media. And of course, these radio programs are going to be very, very important, as they always are. But trying to understand and unravel what's taking place in this country, very, very important. What we try to do here is lead the charge in terms of understanding, breaking down the law, breaking down the Constitution, breaking down the logic, and in some cases illogic, and also coming up with arguments and battle plans and solutions. We push the envelope, we push the agenda. We're the point of the spear. This program, thanks to you and the size of this audience, has enormous influence, not just in Washington, but power centers, opinion centers. It's not because I'm powerful and all the rest. It's because you are. You are. We are a juggernaut. That's what we are. You hear things said on here that you'll hear tomorrow on cable on different programs, that you'll hear on talk radio on different programs. You're just going to. And don't forget.
The fucking crazy frog over there in Vegas chat. Only British
that air this program.
colors run.
So, we love it when you listen to our radio programs, AM and FM. It's very, very important. We love it when you listen to our satellite, our friends, Sirius Satellite, and so forth. But I just want to remind you, you can go to marklevinshow.com, click on Audio Rewind at the top. You pick your favorite podcast platform, or go to your favorite podcast platform. And many of you already have one. And just search Mark Levin Show. It's all free, provided all free. It's ubiquitous. And of course, you can now find this program, our full podcast, interviews, specials on YouTube. We have our YouTube channel. You go to youtube.com at Mark Levin Show, or just search Mark Levin Show on YouTube. And we'll continue to remind you of this. So you can listen to this program wherever you are, whenever you want, all 3 hours, however you wish. Available for you. Margaret Cleveland of the Federalists, professor. 14 blue states suing Trump, Elon Musk, Doge, I mean, Musk is taking actions as a principal officer of the U.S. and thus needs to be confirmed by Congress. Lawsuit also alleges Doge is acting beyond congressional authority. Cases New Mexico versus Musk, DC court, not yet assigned to the docket. 14 blue states suing Trump and so forth and so on. So these attorneys general are all working together. There's a cabal. I'm sure there's an organization that's coordinating all this.
Static.
They're working with the public sector unions. They're working with other miscreants, malcontents, who do not want their turf touched, who do not want their power base touched. It's an entire subterranean, that's what it is, government. An entire subterranean government that is covered up by regulations, laws that they've made to protect themselves, judges that they've appointed to protect themselves. It's nothing to do with the Constitution, everything to do with undermining the Constitution. A completely subterranean government with its own laws, its own rules. And we were warned about this in the past by Bastiat and many others, and now it's here, and it's here bigly.
Bigly!
Donald Trump. On the RFK Jr. vote, this Caitlin Collins, who's at the White House these days, really she's the eyebrow if you want to know the truth. And worse, promoted by CNN because she's very toxic. Stupid and toxic, that's the way it works. Cut one, go.
Mitch McConnell has now voted against several of your nominees. He voted against RFK Jr. as the next health secretary, citing conspiracy theories. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I feel sorry for Mitch. And I was one of the people that he wanted to go to the end and he wanted to stay leader. He's not equipped mentally. He wasn't equipped 10 years ago mentally, in my opinion. He'd let the Republican Party go to hell. If I didn't come along, the Republican Party wouldn't even exist right now. Mitch McConnell never really had it. He had an ability to raise money because of his position as leader, which anybody could do. You could do it even. And that's saying a lot. But the fact is that he raised money and he gave a lot of money to senators. And so he had a little loyalty based on the fact that as leader, you can raise a lot of money. The senators would call me and they say, he wants to give me 20, 25 million. Can I take it? I'd say, take the money.
Mm-hmm. You got it. There it is. I believe every election could have an impact on our financial system, and post-election changes are important to pay attention to because they all affect you. Whether it's when inflation is high, Biden left us in January, 3%, that's high. Government spending or changes in the tax laws, your investments. Investments. You don't even have to be big. Wherever you put your money when you receive it, paycheck, where you have your pension, your IRA, your 401k, whatever it is, they're all affected. That's why I've always talked about diversification. When I talk about diversification, I rely on gold. It's been said to be a timeless safeguard against economic uncertainty, and one that I encourage you to educate yourselves about. When it comes to gold, I trust Advantage Gold exclusively. They're one of the top gold companies in America. That's who I turn to. Call 800-900-8000. They're there right now, 800-900-8000, for a free gold investment kit to see how gold can help protect your hard-earned finances and help you to diversify. And when you do, you might even qualify for $1,000 in free silver. Here's the number again, 800-900-8000. Give them a call now, 800-900-8000. Tell them Mark Levin sent you. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. This week in Life, Liberty, and Levin Saturday, the Speaker of the House, Michael Johnson, followed by the great legal scholar, John Yoo. We're going to get into this stuff, heavy duty. What's going on in Congress? What's going on with the spending and the debt and Doge and all the rest of it? And John Yoo, one of my buddies, known him decades. We're going to talk about this so-called constitutional crisis. Sunday, we have the great Newt Gingrich and the great Tom Cotton. You're not going to want to miss either of them. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, you had little old Mark with my opening statements. I was told the other day, and I won't tell you who, but a senior muckety-muck over at the Fox News channel, that the opening statement I give, Mr. Producer, this is the truth, is the most popular, if not one of the most popular things that happens. The feedback is enormous. It's appointment TV. Yes. The feedback on my opening statements on Saturday or Sunday are very, very significant. So I'm told. But that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you watch. So go ahead and lock in your DVRs or however you record it. We'll be right back.
What else was I thinking of today I might want to mention?
Sense of your world.
Something I seen and
Making sense of
just,
absences are often
oh,
due to the
fuck.
absence of necessary resources. But when communities and schools is present, students are connected to the support they need to show up ready to learn. Visit communitiesandschools.org. Being present matters. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Triplets or quadruplets or even more. It's far less common today than it was a few decades ago. That's according to a report from the National Center for Health Statistics. Now, the big reason for this is that the guidance has changed for patients using IVF. The guidance now is that really only one embryo should be transferred at a time. Part of the reason is that embryology labs have advanced over the years. That allows them to grow embryos longer than they used to be able to years ago. There's also this additional testing available. That can give more information about the health of the embryo before implantation. But keep in mind that a singleton pregnancy really is the healthiest option for both pregnant person and the baby. Multiples raise the risk of preeclampsia, preterm birth, low birth weight, and infant mortality. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridley. It's raw. I've been shot at, blown up. It's unfiltered. You know, you go to the show with the gun.
It's weird. I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
What if the units took a guy out back and shot him? I would choose to do what I would do. That's what I chose. That's what I would choose again. Oh, I guess kind of is just
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
WMAL FM, Woodbridge, Washington. Community media station. Making sense of the news. News talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. The Trump administration.
So I would have to ask, did Tiffany show Gary the pics that Charlie sent her? I'm sure somebody asked that already, right? So Tiffany, did you show your husband the pics that, I mean, you traded with Charlie, right? If you got Charlie's dick pic?
Employees at the National Science Foundation in HUD were told that as many as
Glad I don't collect cunt pics. That'd be something for me to collect. Can you imagine?
Counties bracing for more of its residents to lose their jobs.
Maryland, of course, has the second highest concentration of federal employees of any jurisdiction in the country, second only to Washington, D.C.
Maryland Labor Secretary Portia Wu with Montgomery County.
Somebody's crying. They're always crying.
Workforce of 77,000 government workers.
The sad reality is these decisions are going to hit the region and our state.
Cry babies. They're mad because I don't troll them.
Cuts to HHS will hurt.
The FDA and NIH, two of the largest federal employers in our county.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Hours after being confirmed by the Senate, vaccine skeptic RFK Jr. is sworn in
Math.
as HHS Secretary.
Make America think again.
Contrary to the attacks that have constantly been made on him, he has made
I nailed you on that one, didn't I?
Vaccinations and just wants to see that the research on them is done and done well.
Somehow we gotta connect that weird math to marijuana. Marijuana always takes hold. How's that sound? Yeah. Marijuana always takes hold. This fucker's getting pretty short. I'm gonna have to roll a new one.
Taking advantage of the U.S. when it comes to trade, including India. Today, he signed a plan for reciprocal tariffs during a joint press conference with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi minutes ago. He said India has charged some of the highest tariffs.
So we are being reciprocal with India. Whatever India charges, we charge them. So frankly, it no longer matters.
I got a pretty good idea for a clone.
Begin negotiations to address trade disparities with the goal of signing an agreement to level the playing field. When asked if the tariffs would increase prices for consumers, as economists have said they would, Mr. Trump said, quote, "We'll see what happens." A Maryland community wants to know where the line is after an alleged move to help ICE landed a high school teacher on administrative leave.
I'm looking into either getting an iPhone or get the Samsung Android that's equivalent to it. Somehow connect that plan to my landline, so when I go somewhere, I can go live. Hey, if you had the money to buy a brand new Cadillac Escalade or whatever, you have that North Star system, or I don't even know what they call it anymore, you know, onboard spaceship.
Why you should check out financing, mortgages, personal loans, credit cards, accounts, and more. And right now, for a limited time, Laurel Road's high yield savings account is an annual percentage yield of 4%. That is up to 10 times the national savings rate. Plus, it features 0 monthly service fees, no minimum balance requirement, and it costs $0 to open. So visit laurelroad.com/pockets to learn. Laurel Road, partner on the road. Equal housing lender. Yes.
I think I'm about 50%. Let me check that fucker.
All new Nissan Murano. Well, the massaging seats.
I see somebody was saying Rocky Goldman's just a troll.
At NissanUSA.com.
They ran a lot of chats I was never in. Him, Ginger, Logical. Who else would be involved with that? Obviously, Rusty. I was never really a Cher Bono fan. I like Sonny, though. He was funny. That's very sad to go. Imagine fucking running into a tree on a set of skis going downhill. Wow. You notice Whipperman stays away from the shrubbery. Waiting for that fucker to crash.
On Hunter Mill Road at Chambers Road, use extra caution there. And there's also crash activity right now in Langley.
Such a good skier. Do the fucking hard shit.
And in Fredericksburg, Mountain View
America doesn't have any ski slopes over 5,000 feet. Really? Why do more Americans immigrate to Holland and vice versa? Dumb fucker. Billy, why do you disrespect your mother? Thinking it's gonna make me leave YouTube.
Weather maker for the upcoming weekend, rain. 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson with the first alert.
42 degrees in Merrifield, 44 in Forestville, and 45 degrees here.
Time is it? Levin will be back on here in a second.
From the underground in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. Donald Trump has had multiple press conferences out of the Oval Office on multiple days. By the way, we have a great guest in hour 3. The coach of, I think it's still the #1 basketball team in the nation, Auburn. The Auburn basketball team in Alabama. Coach Bruce Pearl has become a dear friend of mine and the family. And you're going to see why. Coach Pearl.
I want you to hear from him. This guy has a future in other things as far as I'm concerned. He's a good guy. So he reached out to me some years ago, and I've come to like him. I've seen him at various events. I don't go to a lot of events, so various events. But
Charlie's mad.
you don't like what he has to say, too. He's very courageous in that.
Charlie's mad.
Very courageous in that.
Good.
So let's dig into this, ladies and gentlemen. I take these miscreants and malcontents on directly. Jamie Raskin being among the biggest. We've asked Jamie Raskin to come on the program multiple times. I've said so openly here. I've asked him on Fox, right on TV. Will you come on the show? We get crickets. He's only willing to go on, Moscow TV and stuff like that. That would be MSNBC and CNN. So he's on the floor today, face down, no doubt. Calls Elon Musk and Doge the new fourth branch of government. Now, this is what communists, Marxists, Leninists, Maoists, Trotskyites, this is what they do. They take the language and they twist it, and then they project. Got it? So we're talking about this massive fourth branch of government, and so now he's accusing the people who are trying to investigate, audit, find out what's taking place in this massive fourth branch of government, and he's calling them the fourth branch of government. Oh, he's so clever. He's a clever one, that guy. And as he slobbers all over the place, he was behind the 2 impeachments of Trump, the criminal investigations of Trump. He's just a lowlife, is what he is. Cut 8, go.
The distinguished chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan, invites us to believe that we should just suspend our own interests in legislative power.
Who said that? Who said that? You've had the power to oversee what you've created for decades. You haven't done a damn thing. What are you talking about, jerk? What are you talking about? What have you done with your legislative power other than try to destroy Donald Trump? What have you done with your legislative power when you were in the majority in the House of Representatives? What exactly did you do? You kept growing the government, throwing trillions of dollars left and right, not knowing where much of it was going, but not really caring, because as long as it funds the kooks, the ideology, the causes, the organizations that you support, you don't really care. So what if they're stealing us blind? I'm going to hammer this home. I hammered it home on Blaze. I'm going to hammer it home on Fox as well as I am here behind this microphone. So Raskin says, what about our legislative power? And I say the same thing. What about it? What have you done with oversight? And why do you keep funding these programs? You have conservatives in the House who are trying to trim federal spending. Trim. And they're viewed as, the reptile house at the zoo. I'm not going over. It stinks in there, that. Jimmy Raskin has never supported cutting a single damn thing, unless, of course, it really does support our Constitution and our national security. Then he's out front. But you get my point. What about the legislative process? What have you been doing? You schmo, go ahead.
The laws we've passed, the programs we've adopted, the money we've appropriated, we should turn it over to the new fourth branch of government.
Hold on now. You did turn it over to the fourth branch of government, you idiot. That's the point. The massive bureaucracy. Now, here's what he's doing. He's putting his DNA and fingerprints and his slobbering saliva on all of it. The money we've appropriated, the programs that we adopted. That's right. They've adopted graft and fraud and waste and abuse. That's what they've done. They're proud of it. They're happy of it. Point it out. Explain to the American people in your communities, in your neighborhoods, in your church, your synagogue, wherever you are. Explain that the Democrat Party is proud that $50 to $100 billion are missing every year in Social Security. They didn't find it. And they're upset that Elon Musk did find it. Right? Go ahead.
And then he wants to also delegate to Mr. Musk our oversight power. We have an entire committee.
Nobody's delegated your oversight power. What are you doing with it, you schmuck? What did you do with it? You didn't find this stuff. Musk did. Now, folks, this isn't an oversight power. The executive branch has the authority, constitutional and practical,
to police the executive branch. It's not a purely legislative function. That's what they're attacking. When the President of the United States says, I'm in charge of HR, the executive branch. No, you're not. We are, and the federal judges are, and the unions are. No, they're not. And so when the executive branch is trying to clean up the executive branch, when the executive branch is trying to audit the executive branch, when the executive branch is trying to gather information about the executive branch, this jackass says they're violating legislative something or other. Go ahead.
By Mr. Comer, we've got our own subcommittee on oversight and Judiciary Committee, but do they want to...
You have a subcommittee in oversight to make legislative decisions. That's your lane. It doesn't mean it's an exclusive power that the executive branch can't look into its own closets, look into its own files, look into its own desk drawers and so forth. What are you, an idiot? One is not exclusive of the other. Your oversight responsibility is to determine whether legislation is needed. That's your lane. That's it. Trump and his people, their responsibility is to make sure that the executive branch is functioning properly. They're not supposed to close their eyes to waste and fraud and graft to the tune of hundreds and hundreds, if not trillions of dollars. And yet that's Jamie Raskin. That's Bernie Sanders. That's Hakeem Jeffries. That's Chuck Schumer. And then they say it's a constitutional crisis when you find stuff. No, it's a Democrat Party constipational crisis. They all look like freaks, don't they? I mean, let's be honest with each other. Go ahead.
Bernie, all of the alleged waste and fraud and abuse that Mr. Musk is finding with his untutored, unvetted, juvenile computer.
What does this mean, untutored, unvetted? And by the way, you young people out there, see how he talks about you? It's the same way Obama was talking about black males. I guess they think the way to appeal to young people is to trash them with a broad brush, to paint them with a broad brush, untutored, what? They're not propagandized, they're not indoctrinated by schmucks like you? They're not part of the system? He's bringing in the best and the brightest, these young geniuses who know how to operate computers, who know how to read data, who know how to conduct audits. That's what he's doing, and they hate it. They hate it. What's wrong with it? There's nothing violating the Constitution. Let me be abundantly clear. The executive branch has every right to manage the executive branch, and he can manage the executive branch with outside third parties. He doesn't have to let his Trump manage the executive branch with all the dreck that's already there. Go ahead.
Come on. Let's show some institutional self-respect. This is the Congress of the United States. We're not delegating our power to Elon Musk or anybody else.
You're not delegating anything. Wait a minute. You're not delegating anything to Elon Musk. But you jerk, you've delegated all your party to the fourth branch of government. All your power you've delegated to a long list of departments and divisions and offices and administrators, and so many we can't even count them. The laws that are made in this country are made mostly by this fourth branch of government that you delegated to. You've undermined representative government. You've undermined constitutional government. You're a joke. But then again, you're a commie. That's a problem too. Mehdi Hassan is on MSNBC. I'm surprised this guy isn't walking around with a bag over his head. This guy has been a mouthpiece for the Hamasiites. This guy has been a mouthpiece for the Israel haters. Yes, you have, pal. Yes, you have, pal. You want to come on here and debate me? Let's do it. I watched a debate the other night. Absolutely eviscerated him. He's a punk. He shouldn't be on cable TV. He shouldn't be anywhere. And there's all video of him and the things that he has said. And yet it's amazing. These guys have 9 lives. They do. It doesn't matter how anti-Semitic their words have been. It doesn't matter. Now we'll talk about Kanye West, who is a sickening Nazi puke. Got it? Got it? But this guy, here he is. He's on MSNBC. MSNBC. Apparently it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to push Talib out there. It's okay to push Omar out there, to bring them on the Sunday shows. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's all right. Let's listen to Mehdi Hassan, shall we? On MSLSD, cut 9, go.
But his personal wealth has rocketed upwards since the election. He did very well out of the election. I mean, this is a guy who I think you and I both mocked him. Many people mocked him for buying Twitter for, what was it, 40 billion, overpriced.
First of all, notice these people don't have 2 pennies to rub together. How brilliant they are when it comes to Elon Musk and his money. Notice that, Mr. Producer? Oh, yes, notice. He made money, 40 billion, he overpaid for it. You don't know butt-kiss about anything, jackass. You don't know anything. You don't have any money. A lot of people don't have money, but to presume that you know about Elon Musk and his money and what he should have paid for something, you're a pathetic joke. Pathetic joke. And who cares if he's made a fortune? Why does that matter? He's made a fortune because he's making things that people want. He's doing things that result in people paying money, whether it's Tesla, whether it's other things, making rockets. We used to be able to do that as a country, apparently not anymore. And if we save these 2 astronauts, it's going to be Elon Musk. What the hell is this Mehdi Hassan done with this pathetic, sickening little life? Nothing. So now we have to destroy Elon Musk. The problem is the guy is politically bulletproof. Because he's worth $400 billion, give a damn what these Lilliputians, what these effectively gum on the bottom of our shoes have to say. Go ahead.
What do you mean? He bought the United States government for $200 million. That is a
listen to this. He bought the United States government for $200 million. You should be offended by this. You should be offended by this foreigner. I don't know if he's an American citizen anymore. I don't know if he's ever was. Maybe he is. You should be offended by a guy that comes into this country and wants you to believe that because Elon Musk is wealthy not because of government, I don't care how many contracts he's got, but because of the private sector. The private sector. That because Elon Musk is wealthy and he's doing a job that Raskin should have done, but will never do because he likes waste, fraud, and abuse. The Democrats have just demonstrated us. They've revealed us. They like it. They want it. They're going to spend more of it. And then they're pom-pom boys and girls like Mehdi Hassan, that he bought the government for $200 million. This is how sick these bastards are. This is how sick they are. Go ahead.
And he didn't just buy the government. Miriam Adelson gave $100 million as right-wing, pro-Israel donor. She's getting, Middle East policy out of it.
See what I mean? I told you he's a bigot. He's a bigot. So Miriam Adelson, what does she have to do with anything? For $100 million, she bought Middle East policy. She's right upset. She's not that quote-unquote right-wing either, but who cares? Who cares? It's an amazing, all the dark money that poured into the Kamala Harris campaign, almost twice the money that Donald Trump raised. All the Soros money that backs the most radical elements in the Middle East and radical radio and other elements. This guy picks from Miriam Adelson. $100 million for Donald Trump to buy Middle East policy. Not because she just wanted Donald Trump to win to help save the country. No. You see, she's a Jew. And she spent $100 million because that's what Jews do, to buy Middle East policy. And there's Elon Musk. Spent $200 million to buy the government. And there's MSNBC. Comcast. It gives a platform to this bigot, to this propagandist. That's what he is, in my opinion. That's what he is. And by the way, how much are they worth, Comcast? Yes. Be right back.
What? News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then You get into the all-new Nissan Murano, and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof, while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Working hard is worth it if you're seeing results. And when it comes to working out, the same thing is true. You want the maximum benefit in the time you have, and that's exactly what Tonal is built for. And with their latest iteration, Tonal 2, you can ensure your workout is more tailored and effective than ever. Tonal's at-home strength training system uses adaptive weight to learn from your movement and set the optimal weight for every move, adjusting in 1-pound increments up to 250 pounds, challenging even the most advanced users to push their limits. You can also experience a full-body burn with the new Arrowhit workouts, the perfect blend of heart-pumping cardio and strength. Plus, the new built-in Smart View leverages a high-resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout, analyzes your movement, and provides real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code TONAL200. That's Tonal.com and use promo code TONAL200 for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code TONAL200 for $200 off.
LifeLock, during tax season, your sensitive info does a lot of traveling to places you can't control, stopping off at payroll, your accountant or a tax preparer, and countless other data centers on its way to the IRS. Any of them can expose you to identity theft because they all have the info in your W-2. Just a ticket for criminals to steal your identity. I had my identity stolen. It was horrible. I got LifeLock. I've been a customer ever since. I've never, ever had that problem again. No wonder the IRS reported tax fraud due to identity theft went up 20% last year. Get LifeLock today. Don't get your identity stolen. They monitor millions of data points per second and alert you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, backed by the $1 million protection package. Restoration's guaranteed or your money back. Don't mess around with this stuff. I dealt with this for a long time before I had LifeLock. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Get LifeLock protection for tax season and beyond. Join now, save up to 40% for your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock, use promo code Bongino, or go to lifelock.com/Bongino for 40% off. Terms apply. Do it today.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-809-7171. 800-809-7171.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Making sense of your world.
Radio is where I get all of my information.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. The Vince Colonnade Show, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
This is from open source intel. Sure, Jamie Raskin and his oversight activities when Nancy Pelosi was lording over the House of Representatives dug into this deeply because we wouldn't want anybody to deny him his legislative oversight functions. Daughter of Hamas leader, writes open sources intel, top advisor, graduates from Washington, D.C. University. Oh, do tell. Rafiz Ahmad, you can see it's moved more towards inviting Islamists into its midst. Research reveals that she is the daughter of Ahmad Youssef, a top advisor to the eliminated Hamas leader Ismail. Her archived biography states that she has worked with Gaza's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, an entity controlled by Hamas, the U.S. designated terrorist organization. So this is an opportunity for Jamie Raskin, Jamie Ratfink, whatever the hell his name is, and the other Ratfinks, to conduct some oversight. How the hell did she get a student visa? I assume she did. How did she get a student visa? The alleged daughter of a Hamas leader to go to Georgetown.
Georgetown, you really suck.
How did that happen? Will the Democrats speak out? Where's Omar? Where's Talib? Where are they? Where's the oversight, Raskin? Ratfink? Where is it?
Yes. Out, ladies and gentlemen. Student visas being handed out like lollipops. Like candy on Halloween. Yes.
Do you want to look into this, Raskin, Ratfink, Rascal, whatever your name is? You want to look into it, huh? Yeah, huh? No, of course not. How about Mehdi Hassan? Does he care about it? Oh, kidding me. Mehdi Hassan thinks more student visas of this sort should be handed out. Why? Because he's a sleazeball, that's why. I'll be right back.
So Angie, you think that was racist of me to do that, but it's okay for what your friends have been. I mean, you stuck up for your friends when they troll me. And you guys are such hypocrites out here. That's not racism. That's called trolling you. I can speak for me. Now, what Alpesh Patel does, that's racism. He's just stupid.
Cable systems and on your TV or smartphone store. Just download the Newsmax app for free and start watching. You'll get great shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and Carl Higby, and more. Find out why millions.
That's not racism, Angie. Calling you niggalicious is not racism. I'm not a racist either. I take offense to that, Angie. You calling me a racist? Huh? Are you? Angie Fox. That's not even your real name. That's a good handle, and I did that at Niggalicious. That fucked you all up, didn't it?
On the outer loop of the Beltway in Landover, you'll find it slow from Landover Road to Route 50. In the Greenbelt on the outer loop of the Beltway, traffic is slow from the BW Parkway to the Greenbelt Mark Metro Station exit. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Mark 7 forecast.
Clear with a low around 26. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 30.
Be about 2.5 minutes of commercial. Thinking about closing the broadcast down. I've had a long day today. I was up early this morning. Early. I've been up all day. I always take a shower before I go to bed. My kitchen's clean. My dishes are done. Sorry, Angie, I'm not a racist. Your friends are racist. Your friends are bigots, at least. You can be a bigot without being a racist. Now, Hitler was a racist. Stalin was a racist.
Now this is taxes. Into a credit card with TurboTax.
It's like really windy outside. It's noisy. See, Modi had a meeting with the president. Modi saying mega Modi. India.
Street. Sounds good. Mullen Street. Brooklyn Street.
It's hard to concentrate on things at once, like driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
No one knows music like Rolling Stone. Senior writer Brian Hayden talks the biggest music news from the biggest stars.
So there's a whole lot to talk about. Bodyguard.
Yo, you want me to? Angie's got you on there, Alpesh Patel. You want me to show it to you? The shit you were saying? What I said was nothing. I didn't insult her kid or anything. You did, though. You're not fast enough, boy. You're not fast enough. It's not going to work out for you. Angie's been out here since a long time. Joined August 18, 2013. He's been out here 12 years. I'll bite my tongue.
Oh, it does. Very stupid man who represents Fairfax County, Virginia. He goes by the name of Jerry Connolly. Now, Fairfax County is supposed to be filled with all kinds of sophisticates. Northern Virginia, biggest county in Virginia, a massive county. Spent an enormous amount on teachers' unions, wokeism, and all the rest of it there. By the way, there I'm minding my own business. There I am with my favorite barber. Her name is Jenny. I've been going to Jenny. Jenny's of Vietnamese ancestry. Lovely, lovely lady. Has wonderful kids, husband, the whole schmear. Mark, you don't need a haircut. My beard grows very fast, actually. And she's telling me about all these days off that they have at school. So now, every ethnic group has holidays, and those days are off. Did you know this, Mr. Producer? Well, I'm sure the Bronx everywhere. So all these ethnic holidays, everybody's off. Then you have the traditional holidays. Then you have the federal holidays. Then you have this joke of what they call teacher in service day. You know what teacher in service day means? Teacher no service day. They go out, they do whatever they want. Nothing's going on. Nothing. Then on election day, they don't work. The day before election day, of course, they need to organize. They don't work. So what used to be a 9-month or so academic year, at least in the Commonwealth of Virginia, is down to like
Nigalicious.
8.25 months, whatever it is. It's like crazy. No wonder the kids aren't learning. First of all, they're not in the classroom enough. And secondly, when they are in the classroom, unless there's really good teachers, and there are some really good teachers.
Never did get my drink.
Teacher, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all the rest of them, the ones that surround you, the Nimrods, the low IQs, the activists, the thugs, the union thugs. Anyway, here's Representative Jerry Connolly from Fairfax County, Virginia. By the way, they have a lousy superintendent there, complete quack. That's right. I think she makes almost as much as Elon Musk. You see, I don't care if Elon Musk makes $1 trillion. I do care when people on the payroll are making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm paying for it. Well, my property taxes, my state income taxes, that matters to me. Or endless number of bureaucrats at the federal government I'm paying for with my federal income taxes. I'm not paying for Elon Musk. Are we? Here's the Jerry Connolly that I've been referencing. Cut 10, go.
What do you think when President Trump makes allusions to the executive branch being more powerful than...
Oh, excuse me, this is MSLSD, somebody named Boris Sanchez. Is that a new person, Mr. Producer? Boris. Come home, Boris. Where are you? Oh, man. I'm at this haunted house. My name is Boris, after all. Go ahead.
The Vice President, J.D. Vance, says that the executive branch's legitimate powers should not be interfered with by the judiciary. Do you think...
Wait, let me get this right. J.D. Vance said that the legitimate powers of the executive branch should be interfered with by the courts? You know what we call that, America? Separation of powers. J.D. Vance is right. Wait a minute. That's right. The courts don't run our government. These are lawyers. Some of them were lousy lawyers. I told you, slip and fall, ambulance chasing lawyers. They hit the lottery. They're wearing black robes. Look at me. I can run prisons. I can run schools. You can run them. Shut up and sit down. Know your damn lane. Because you're a judge. You're flesh and blood. You're no better than anybody else. In fact, many of you are worse. Remember Dred Scott? What? Plessy versus Ferguson? What? Korematsu? Say what? That's right. You judges did that. Oh. Yes, you did. You should read a book called Men in Black. Spells it out in great detail. Spells out a whole number of Supreme Court justices. Spells out the judiciary. I wanted to name that book. Gregory, the folks there wanted me to name it Men in Black. I wanted to name it Judicial Tyranny. That doesn't mean all jurists are tyrannical. But the left is tyrannical. And you see that playing out now. Excuse me, Donald Trump wants to look at the records of the Treasury Department? What's he going to do with that? Try and figure it out if the payments are correct. I can't do that. Says who? Says some schmuck judge in Boston. Oh, okay. Let's go back, shall we, to Jerry Connolly. Dumb as a doorknob. Go ahead.
More court orders?
I think that's maybe a leftover from Elon Musk's South African heritage, and maybe he's falling too far back on the apartheid system of government that was a fascist form of government.
Now just listen to this lowlife, this illiterate amoeba. This illiterate amoeba.
Single-celled living organism.
Just listen to how they talk about people. Elon Musk, who's created jobs, who's created wealth, who's contributed to our society, versus this fat slob who sits on his fat ass up there in Congress, gets elected by the public sector unions, has contributed nothing to this country, has done nothing for this country, never will. Takes a paycheck that he hasn't even earned. And we have a legislative response. Shut up and sit down, fat boy. Let me tell you something. I think left over from Elon Musk's South African heritage, maybe he's falling too far back on the apartheid system of government that was a fascist form of government because he's looking into government ways. Seriously, America? Seriously? Seriously, Fairfax County? This is the best you can do? To send this bottom of the shoe piece of gum into Congress? That's the best you got? My God. Then we have Raul Ruiz. Who's he? Nobody knows. Democrat. California. Raul Ruiz, who's also contributed so greatly to America. Cut 11, go.
The other problem is the programs that are under attack. And you're going to hear...
I see. So programs are under attack. So when you see, they're revealing more, ladies and gentlemen. If you listen carefully,
our programs, not is.
Even know they're revealing. So these programs are intended to be fraudulent. They're intended to be abusive. They're intended to be filled with waste. It doesn't matter. They're intended to be this way. As the grifters on the left, the ideologues on the left, the Marxists and the Islamists on the left, as the people on the dole on the left, the money's being shoveled out to them. Hand over fist. It's just being shoveled out to them. That's the program. Forget about the name of the program. Forget about the substance of the program. The program, quote unquote, macro program is to shove as much of your tax dollars and debt, which is the future of your children and grandchildren, into the Democrat Party edifice, into their edifice. No, I didn't say shove it into that. Shove it into their edifice, I said. Go ahead.
Whistle that Trump and Musk like to say. We're reading out fraud, waste, and abuse. We're looking at efficiency. That's a dog whistle.
Yeah.
What they're really doing.
Whoa. So it's a dog whistle to find fraud. Folks, I hope you're listening. This is the modern Democrat Party. Oh, anybody could be a member of this party. This is the tax dollars of Democrats, Republicans, no party. This is all our money. And they're not telling you it's a dog whistle. We're part of the apartheid system in the long gone South African apartheid government. Or it's fascism. To try and protect your dollars, to try and prevent waste, fraud, and abuse, to try and save Social Security from $50 to $100 billion and people stealing from it. According to the Democrat Party, if you support, I'm surprised they haven't got back to Hitler and neo-Nazis yet. Oh, that's coming. That's coming. Just a matter of time. This country was founded on freedom. Freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea. As somebody who doesn't like tea, all tea is overpriced as far as I'm concerned. Then they tried blockading us when we dumped their damn tea into the ocean. How'd that work out for them? Not well. Well, it's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard, just like rancid tea. Can tea be rancid? You better believe it. You don't need to pay $100 per person per month just to get a free phone. You know what we call that? A scam. Pure Talk, my cell phone company, says no to inflated prices. With a qualifying plan, you can choose an iPhone 14 that has all the bells and whistles you ever need, or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. Zero. The big three: T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. The corporatists, they're not looking out for you. They're not trying to give you a good deal. You're just a number out there. It doesn't. You don't matter to them. Not so with Pure Talk. And yes, this is for Pure Talk's premium service on America's most dependable 5G network. Get your iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy for free, $0, with a qualifying plan by just doing the following. Ready? Let's do it together. I already did it. You need to do this. Dial pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin. Voila! Voila! That's the magic phrase. That's it. Dial pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you make the switch in as little as 10 minutes, and you're going to say to yourself, I should have had a V8. What do you mean, Mark? You know what I mean. You should have done this a long time ago. No hassle, no gimmicks, just honest to goodness, wireless prices that you can afford that are right. Dial pound 250, say keyword Mark Levin, claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, America's wireless company, my wireless company. It should be your wireless company. And visit puretalk.com for details. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
LifeLock during tax season, your sensitive info does a lot of traveling to places you can't control, stopping off at payroll, your accountant or a tax preparer, and countless other data centers on its way to the IRS. Any of them can expose you to identity theft because they all have the info on your W-2. Just a ticket for criminals to steal your identity. I had my identity stolen. It was horrible. I got LifeLock. I've been a customer ever since. I've never, ever had that problem again. No wonder the IRS reported tax fraud due to identity theft went up 20% last year. Get LifeLock today. Don't get your identity stolen. They monitor millions of data points per second and alert you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's US-based restoration specialist will fix it, backed by the $1 million protection pack. Restoration's guaranteed or your money back. Don't mess around with this stuff. I dealt with this for a long time before I had LifeLock. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Get LifeLock protection for tax season and beyond. Join now, save up to 40% for your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock, use promo code Bongino, or go to lifelock.com/Bongino for 40% off. Terms apply. Do it today.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax experts can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available at TurboTax Live. Making sense of Washington.
So it happened again? Is that what you're telling me? Yet another guest of this program now has a job in the Trump administration.
Vince Colonnade. Sweet at 6 p.m.
The Trump transition team is spending a lot of time on WMAL.com looking at all of the guests who have appeared on this program, which does bring a smile to my face. I do like that good people are getting good jobs.
Vince Colonnade. Sweet at 6 p.m. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's disease research program is paving the way for a cure. Learn about symptoms, diagnosis, and breakthrough research at brightfocus.org or call us at 1-855-345-6237 for free resources.
This is my new best friend, Esther. She might look like any normal, playful puppy, but Esther's being raised to become a canine companions for independence assistance dog for a person with a disability. To get there, she needs lots of loving care and attention, plenty of exercise, and good eating habits so that she can live a long and healthy life for her future family. Visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK. Raise a puppy, change a life. You can make a world of difference in the life of a person with a disability.
If you're listening to sports, you're looking for an edge rusher, you're looking for a run stuffer, you're looking for a big-time player in the middle of your defense, you're in luck. Mixed with pop culture, sprinkled with celebrity interviews, you hated the title Everybody Loves Raymond. That's true. Is it appropriate for you to tell people to hurry it up? It's appropriate on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Bill Burr is here. I want to know who you defeated to get that title as best dad ever. Saga of dads. You're enjoying the Rich Eisen Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Custom Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Custom Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Custom Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code MARK now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code MARK. Custom Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, it's awful, huh?
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we go.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Your world. Stock 105.9 WMAL. Greatly appreciate it. Making sense of the truth. WMAL. Making sense of the border. The laws either matter or they don't. Download the WMAL for free.
Comes next, we're going to have a special guest. The coach of the Auburn basketball team, number one team, I believe, in the nation, Bruce Pearl. Not really to talk about basketball, talk about other things that he talks about and he believes in. And, it's not like this Steve Kerr over there on the West Coast, a radical kook leftist like his father was. No. Bruce Pearl, he may still be a Democrat. He's been a Democrat. He voted for Obama, but not this time. Not this time. Great guy, really smart guy. So I want you to meet him. So don't forget that. That's hour 3. And remember this too. You can always find my show. Always. MarkLevinShow.com. Go there. That's the mothership. Click on audio rewind at the top and pick your favorite podcast. Our podcast is available everywhere. It is absolutely free. Or you can go to your favorite podcast platform and search Mark Levin Show, and that's that. It's all free. 100% free. We also have our own YouTube channel. You can find all my full podcasts, radio, interviews, specials on YouTube. You go to youtube.com, the Mark Levin Show, or just search Mark Levin on YouTube. It's that simple. We have our own channel. We're everywhere. We have our friends at satellite, in addition to terrestrial. You can get us on your app, Mark Levin app, iHeartRadio app. We salute iHeart on that. There's live streaming all over the country. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. So you can always listen to us, listen to what you want to, and listen to all 3 hours. We be there just for you. As we would say in South
Fuck
Philly.
it, sorry,
How
do.
you doing? Anyway, here we have...
There's a
Randy
bigger
Weingarten.
pervert, and he goes by the name of Medusa Dancing Club. I think that fucker was in the Navy.
Right now, Mr. Producer, Randy Weingarten.
I think that fucker did a hitch.
This woman was basically
Fucked
a
them all up.
substitute teacher. She now runs the American Federation of Teachers. She's a real thug, in my humble opinion. Has done enormous damage to the children of this country, the youth of this country, and uses thug tactics, monopolistic tactics to keep her union in power. And Donald Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education. You want to know why? Because it's not educating anyone.
All right. Here we
Executive order. See, for them, you can create things with executive orders. You can violate Supreme Court decisions and spend hundreds of billions of dollars. You can do all these things. That's okay as long as they are funded, as long as their politics are funded. That's okay. But if you want to take a look, no, that's unconstitutional. You want to do an audit? No, that's unconstitutional. You want to look at the data? No, that's unconstitutional. And who's this apartheid South African anyway? Who appointed him anyway? Say the big, dumb Democrats, the party of slavery, the party of segregation, the party of eugenics, the party of separate but equal is equal, the party that's opposed to our Constitution, our sovereignty, our security, and yet there they are. There they are. Here's Randy Weingarten on CNN today. And notice CNN and MSNBC keep bringing in the reprobates one after another. Okay, bring out our Marxist list. Okay, bring out our jihadist Islamist list. Okay, now bring out our thug list. Oh, there's Randy Weingarten. She's at the top of it. Notice there's nobody on these networks explaining what's actually taking place. This is why CNN is a nothing. This is why MSNBC is a nothing. Nothing. Cut 13, go.
What we're hearing is just complete chaos and, frankly, a whole bunch of cruelty. Because at the end of the day,
we don't need lectures from you about the end of the day and cruelty. Cruelty is you jerk. Cruelty is what you did to our children during the pandemic, you schmo. That's right. Your name is cruelty. Everything you do is cruelty. They're hearing chaos? Chaos, they're hearing. Open borders. Now that's chaos. There's no chaos. Oy. What'd you say, Mr. Producer? Are you looking for a voice that truly represents your values? Here I am. Well, AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, was created to champion you, patriotic, law-abiding Americans who believe in faith, family, and freedom. And members gain access to incredible member discounts and benefits. I've told you about this. You really need to check this out. I'm going to save you a fortune with AMAC. Listen to me. Please check this out. They also have this award-winning, beautiful AMAC magazine filled with all kinds of useful information. But these exclusive discounts are on travel, insurance, rental cars, everyday services. It goes on and on and on. And their strong voice in Washington, their magazine, their own media platform. They provide assistance to people who have questions about Social Security and Medicare. And yet you don't need to be a senior to join and get those discounts and benefits. And in honor of President Trump's first 100 days, the Association of Mature American Citizens, listen to this, is offering an incredible deal. You enroll for 5 years, you become a member for 5 years, you get 47% off. Normally that's $60 for 5 years.
$32 for 5 years. That's $7 a year. That's less than $1 a month. The benefits and discounts used once. Hello, once more than pay for this. So visit amac.us/livein, amac.us/LEVIN. Join, ladies and gentlemen, making sense of your world. I don't know where to begin. Talk 105.9 WMAL. Thanks for taking my call. Making sense of the news.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax experts can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. You guarantee details at TurboTax.com/Alex. We text too many for TurboTax Live.
Making sense of the media. So there's videos of taxing him because this is what happens when you're a Republican.
Quick plan. Weekdays 9 to
Oh, your hair, it's tickling my ears. Getting long. Starting to look like Quaker Oats again.
YouTube personality Betty Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
Very controversial, very strong opinions. He speaks truth fearlessly, breaking for nobody.
It's a new cultural landscape.
We're not trying to politicize this. People are primed now, and forgive me, dude, it is what it is. Here's what's going on in your country, bro.
The Benny Show.
Get ready. If this is something that you needed, put a little pep in your step. No? Yeah? Okay.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Imagine the hospital experience. There's a constant parade of serious doctors, countless tests, and a serious diagnosis.
That's funny. I time and ban Charlie out here and then go into fucking Vegas chat and not block him. He mad.
Now imagine you're
Charlie, you're gonna block me again, I guarantee it.
Starlight programs help kids in the hospital cope, build resilience, bolster confidence, and change their outlook because happiness matters.
I got the bull right by the fucking horns and they can't do nothing.
75 years of research, 75 years of policy, 75 years of opportunity,
75 years of freedom.
This is 75 years of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Join us at mda75.org.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Media station, making sense of the news.
My neck.
Now.
A big day for trade. I'm Lisa Silvestera, Fox News. President Trump sitting now with the Prime Minister of India, where he said they're focused on strengthening the relationship between the two countries.
Good faith Prime Minister Modi. The reductions to India's unfair.
I wouldn't want to have to tackle somebody these days.
Indian market.
President said he wants a level playing field that if he thinks the U.S. is entitled to, he said Prime Minister Modi does too. Earlier today, the president signed an executive order increasing more tariffs. He's already raised tariffs on steel and aluminum. The governor of New York says she canceled a meeting with President Trump in Washington because she was challenged by the new attorney general.
Governor Hochul says there are still discussions she wants to have with President Trump on a range of topics, infrastructure and congestion pricing among them. But U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi's lawsuit accusing Governor Hochul of putting illegal aliens over American citizens canceled the meeting for now. Hochul says she will not
have our laws that were duly enacted by elected people of the state of New York undermined by the federal government.
Governor Hochul says she'll meet with President Trump on the sideline of the National Governors Association meeting in Washington next week.
Fox's Gernal Scott, a Texas judge has fined a New York doctor for prescribing abortion pills.
Fuck you, Hochul.
Near Dallas. This coming the same day as New York Governor Hochul rejected a request from Louisiana to extradite the doctor to face criminal charges. Apple will reportedly restore TikTok on its U.S. App Store following a directive from Attorney General Bondi. That's according to Bloomberg. Former Arkansas Governor Jim Guy Tucker, who was forced from office after he was convicted during the Whitewater investigation during Bill Clinton's presidency, has died. He was 81. America is listening to Fox News.
Snow days mean summertime fun in school. I'm Sharon Reardon from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. The majority of school districts in the DMV gave students yet another snow day yesterday. The term makeup days now top of mind for many schools throughout the region. If the schools get more days off, they will likely have to stay in session into late June. The District of Columbia has already extended the year by at least 3 days. Federal workers could be facing pink slips with the deadline for deferred resignations now passed, including a large number in Maryland.
Maryland, of course, has the second highest concentration of federal employees of any jurisdiction in the country, second only to Washington, D.C.
Maryland Labor Secretary Portia Wu with Montgomery County bracing for cuts to its federal workforce of 77,000 government workers.
The sad reality is these decisions are going to hurt our region and our state harder than most places in the country.
County Executive Mark Elrich warning cuts to HHS will hurt,
including the FDA and NIH, two of the largest federal employers in our county.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
And a Maryland teacher allegedly took to social media to out students who attended an immigration justice rally.
Lucas Cunha, one of many at a hearing in front of the Baltimore School Board earlier this week, describing the actions of high school teacher Dustin Renner. With Renner on administrative leave, advocate Crisali de los Santos wants action.
And we cannot afford to wait for another incident.
An incident veteran teacher Peter Baum is trying to process.
An egregious violation of student safety.
An emergency bill has been introduced in Annapolis that would require the Attorney General to help protect sensitive locations like schools and places of worship. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
804. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Clean Traffic Center.
On the outer loop of the Beltway in Virginia, it's jammed up in Alexandria between Van Dorn Street and the Wilson Bridge. The inner loop of the Beltway in McLean is slow from the Dulles Toll Road to the Clara Barton Parkway. Into Montgomery County on the inner loop, stopping go between Old Georgetown Road and Georgia Avenue. Into Prince George's County, the inner loop of the Beltway is slow from Central Avenue to...
Yeah, I'm looking at Vegas chat.
On the outer loop of the Beltway in College Park, that's stop and go from 95 to the New Hampshire Avenue exit. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, clear with a low around 26. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 39.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Working hard is worth it if you're seeing results.
I'm reading Vegas chat.
Working out the same thing.
Bye, Randy. See you later.
And that's exactly
I just threw a wrench at you.
And with their latest iteration, Tonal 2, you can ensure your workout is more tailored and effective than ever. Tonal's at-home strength training system
You can go cry to JC now.
Movement and set the optimal weight for every move, adjusting in 1 pound increments up to 250 pounds, challenging even the most advanced users to push their limits. You can also experience a full body burn with the new Arrowhead workouts, the perfect blend of heart-pumping cardio and strength. Plus, the new built-in Smart View leverages a high-resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout, analyzes your movement, and provides real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code Tonal200. That's Tonal.com and use promo code Tonal200 for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code Tonal200 for $200 off.
105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Won the White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices go up,
I should be careful.
Not really sure.
Mind your P's and Q's. That's right.
In the last 3 weeks, the media have had more access to this president than they had in 4 years to Joe Biden. You realize that, Mr. Reduce? Yeah. I thought we'd do something a little interesting here. We take a little trip down the Drudge Report because it's gotten so toxic, so inane, so pathetic that it's lost all influence. Nobody ever talks about the Drudge Report anymore. I'm like, why are you? What? It's a foil. Let's look at some of the headlines the hysterical Matt, or whomever runs the thing, has up right now. Trump call with Putin alarms Europe and Ukraine. Spring summit in Saudi. That would be Saudi Arabia. Vance snubs Scholz in Munich. German leader rejects dictated peace. Hegs that roasted over huge F-up. Intel warns Russia arming for large-scale conflict. Kremlin insiders given green light to expand war. Fading Zelensky push toward risky election. That's just above the fold, as they say. Then he has a photo of Mickey Mouse. Hollywood rattled by assault on DEI. Dissent at Disney. Capitulation. Wow. Let's look some further headlines over at the Drudge Report, shall we? Kid X keeps saying weird stuff about Trump. Wow. Good one, Matt. Video, shush your mouth. Not cool anymore? Presidency's massive drop in young people's support. He's in. RFK Jr. confirmed as health sec. MAG, what senators voting for Kash Patel ignored. Top prosecutor in New York resigns after being told to drop Adams charges. You know what? Resign. The whole damn bunch of you can resign. Not one of you resigned when you were told to go after Trump, though, did you? We know who you are, what you are, where you are. So go, resign in droves. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the ass. Let's continue. Plan to bring new bombshell indictment charging New York City mayor. Oh, they're leaking on the way out the door. Give them some depends. The Don demands Reuters return $9 million that he gave them after Elon claimed. Does now Doge have your social security number? Question mark. This is the Drudge Report. Sneaky. Government removes Tesla name from $400 million contract. President Musk meets Modi. Will face consequences for meddling in German politics, that is Musk. Warns likely leader. Hollywood mogul sister struggled to contain fallout. The cleanup from SpaceX's last launch looms over its next one. See the endless trashing of Trump and Musk and their people. It's just, that's all it is. I think our friend Matt Drudge has transitioned, Mr. Producer, from a Rush Limbaugh conservative to a Bernie Sanders Marxist. And he spent the entire election trying to elect Kamala Harris and defeat Donald Trump. Is he still with us, Matt Drudge, or has he just disappeared? The anointment of Barron. Junior invests in steroid Olympics. Now, most of these headlines, nobody knows what the hell Matt's drinking, but nonetheless. Worcester, Massachusetts becomes trans sanctuary city. Damn it, and I want to visit there, Mr. Producer. Ellen DeGenerate clashes with new British neighbors over $18 million farmhouse.
Ellen DeGenerate.
It's time to take a nap. 1:42 p.m. Who knew? Goes on. Over at the Drudge Reports, nothing what it used to be. Woody makes a chop. That is, the Jets owner gets rid of Aaron Rodgers. I have to say, Aaron Rodgers. May I say this, Mr. Producer, or will I be struck by luck? He's a weird. I think he's a weirdo, like. Wife. agencies okay. They all get benefits for the this prices could go up. You know, this is great. Watching her go to the floor of the Senate. Man never mentioned inflation in his life. What about the president 3 weeks? They're trying to sabotage everything he's doing, and then they wonder why isn't he doing it? Why isn't he? Or not. There he is. Oh, it's the way. Inflation helped him get elected. Now it's his problem. Oh, man. You're so predictable these days. Greater channel. Wall Street Journal slams. Does he understand money? I don't know. Does the Wall Street Journal understand money? All those years. Remember? They had when he was fighting over Obamacare. Warning the market. Gold bars from London to New York. Banks closed 100 branches since bloodbath continued. Pay off debt. Well, yeah, we know, dummy. As buyers fail to show up, more homes pool a world underestimating recession risk. Let's climb to the roof. The website for the Jim Jones. I believe, Mr. Producer. It shouldn't be called the Drudge Report. It should be called the Jim Jones. A bunch of newspapers, which is really the only reason more because the convenience of the links. I go to the New York Post, there it is. I want to go to there it is. They're all there. And that's why he puts them there. So he can pretend you're doing your hits on his site because you love the headline. These headlines, who writes these headlines are just unbelievable. Afghan asylum seeker drives into Munich crowd, injures 28. Teenage girl arrested for plotting Valentine's Day mass shooting on Indiana school. Hamas says it will release more hostages as planned. North Korea tourism comes one step closer. Excuse me? Wow. And it's right in there with the big stories, you see. How Airbus is changing air map of the world. Wow. VIP gamblers with betting problems now suing DraftKings. Men may be more romantic than women, experts say. He was genetically destined for Alzheimer's, but isn't showing any symptoms. Controversial director Lars von Trier admitted to care facility for Parkinson's. Free speech dispute over town's pastry shop painting heads to trial. I don't even know what that means. Whale spits out kayaker in incident captured on camera. Now that's the headline right there, Mr. Producer. That should be the marquee headline. So that is the Drudge Report, a.k.a. I don't know. Let's take a look at another, shall we? There's a site called Mediaite. I call it Mediocreite. It's founded by Dan Abrams. Dan Abrams pretends to be a straight shooter. Dan Abrams pretends to be a competent lawyer. Dan Abrams is the Jerry Springer of cable. Here we go. Ready, everybody? Another Trump-hating, Republican-hating, Fox-hating site. Treasury Secretary suggests Musk will turn AI loose at IRS. We'll see where that takes us. Trump gets annoyed at reporter because I can't understand a word he's saying. Well, we watched it. We couldn't understand the word the reporter was saying as well. Trump entertains insane question about USA rigging the 2020 election. They probably tried. Pete Hegseth reportedly invited conspiracy theorists who vowed to overthrow democracy on first overseas trip. Top New York prosecutor quits in scathing letter accusing Pam Bondi of increased weaponization at DOJ. Absolutely ridiculous. Bush's U.S. aide chief flips the script on Musk, says agency was burdened by oversight. What a loser. Conservative radio host absolutely destroys RFK Jr. and the GOP provoked his wife to kill herself, then dug up her body. That's the headline. That's the headline. Our buddy Eric Erickson. Eric and Erickson and I get along well. We don't know each other, or we know each other. We haven't dealt with each other lately, but he's a contrarian in many respects. But Mediaite, that's what they're looking for. Oh, yeah. That's what they're looking for. So these sites are pathetic. They're all about getting hits so they can make money. And so they're mixed between sort of illiterate fifth grade, crap, the usual hysterical attacks on Trump and his people, and sort of stuff like that. But actually ask yourself something. What do these people really do? Nothing really independent or thoughtful or profound. They basically grab everybody else's videos and so forth, put them together, put their stupid ass headlines on them, and then comment about it. And I noticed a lot of their people over at Mediaite are radical left-wing kooks. Alex Griftling. Michael Lucky Luciano. Just two examples. Philip Nieto. And it goes on. Zachary Lehman. All big names, of course. Oh, there's Tommy Christopher. Tommy Christopher. I'll be right back.
What? News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
LifeLock, during tax season, your sensitive info does a lot of traveling to places you can't control, stopping off at payroll, your accountant or a tax preparer, and countless other data centers on its way to the IRS. Any of them can expose you to identity theft because they all have the info in your W-2. Just a ticket for criminals to steal your identity. I had my identity stolen. It was horrible. I got LifeLock. I've been a customer ever since. I've never, ever had that problem again. No wonder the IRS reported tax fraud due to identity theft went up 20% last year. Get LifeLock today. Don't get your identity stolen. They monitor millions of data points per second and alert you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, backed by the $1 million protection package. Restoration's guaranteed or your money back. Don't mess around with this stuff. I dealt with this for a long time before I had LifeLock. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Get LifeLock protection for tax season and beyond. Join now, save up to 40% for your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock, use promo code Bongino, or go to lifelock.com/Bongino for 40% off. Terms apply. Do it today.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Mark Levin here. Folks, I believe every election could have an impact on our financial system, and post-election changes are important to pay attention to. Whether it's when inflation is high, government spending, or changes in tax laws, your investment portfolio can be affected. Your savings, your pension, your salary. That's why I've always relied on gold for diversification and protection. It's been said to be a timeless safeguard against economic uncertainty, and one that I encourage you to educate yourselves about. When it comes to gold, there's only one company I trust, and that's Advantage Gold. They're one of the top gold companies in America, and that's who I turn to. Call 800-900-8000 now for a free gold investment kit to see how you can help protect your hard-earned finances and diversify your portfolio. And when you do, you might even qualify for $1,000 in free silver. That's 800-900-8000. Don't wait. 800-900-8000. Tell them Mark Levin sent you. Performance may vary, and you should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Making sense of your world. There are a lot of things that really tick me off. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. making sense of the news. Washington's best way to wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
Well, you're going to have on these airwaves for the first time a gentleman I've gotten to know. I didn't know years ago, but I know him now and I like him a lot. He is the head coach of the Auburn Tigers, Coach Bruce Pearl. Bruce, how are you, brother?
Mark, it's great to be with you. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Let me look. I'm doing great, thank you. Your team is number one in the conference, isn't it? Is that what I just looked up?
It's number one in the conference, and it's actually number one in the country right now. So
wow.
John's us in a big, big way. And this Saturday, we've got a game in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh boy!
For the first time in SEC history, it'll be 1 versus 2. That's never happened before. And so College Game Day and ESPN will be there, and the whole nation will be watching.
Auburn, Alabama, too. They've never matched up before in any sport, have they? That's a big deal, and that's a big deal for the country, but especially in the state of Alabama. That is a very big deal. Now, Bruce, you have been voicing more and more your views about a number of things, but particularly when it comes to issues involving the Middle East and Israel. Now, just give a little bit back on you. You voted for Obama, as I recall. You've been a Democrat and so forth and so on, but you've taken a look at things and you said, I don't know about this.
Yeah, Mark, I love my country. I'm a Jewish basketball coach in Auburn, Alabama, coaching the SEC, living in a wonderful community surrounded by evangelical Christians that think I'm pretty cool. And it could be this way in lots of different places in the country. So I feel blessed. And it tells you a lot about our country that, you know what, you work hard. There are going to be obstacles. There are going to be roadblocks. I faced anti-Semitism. I'm a Jewish basketball coach, coaching mostly African-American men. And there have been challenges. But you know what? Those challenges have been navigated. How about this, Mark? 3 of the top 6 programs in the country are coached by Jewish men. John Shire at Duke, Todd Golden at Florida, and Bruce Pearl at Auburn. So when I hear from people about all the terrible things about our country and how people can't do this, they can't do this, and we're not a perfect union, you know what? But we're the best there is. And I'm just one very, very small example of it. And obviously, I think in many ways I've had a lot of success because God had bigger plans for me than just winning a basketball game. It was in a situation where I would have a platform and have an opportunity to teach as a coach, preach a little bit as a coach. And, for me, obviously, I have a great love for Israel and a real understanding of history. And every chance I get, I just try to explain it to people that don't know. Because there are people out there that hate us. There are people out there that want to kill us. They want to take us from the land that God promised to us. And you know what we have to do with those people? We got to protect ourselves from them. But there are lots of people that just don't know and want to know. So I have to live my life, coach the way I coach, and let a little bit of light shine on me and say, look, I'm no better than anybody else, but I'm no worse, and be proud of who I am. And that's kind of what we've done. Worked out pretty good so far.
This is you're listening to Bruce Pearl. He's the coach of the Auburn Tigers, the number one basketball team, college basketball team in America today. By the way, if people want to learn more about you or your team, is there a particular website they can go to?
Yeah, they can go to, anything at Auburn University or auburnbasketball.com and, learn a little bit more about what we're doing and certainly follow the SEC. And our league right now, Mark, is as strong as it's ever been. There are 16 teams in our league right.
When you speak out, and you do, in your defense of the state of Israel and speak out against those who are really trashing the state of Israel and Judaism and so forth and so on, do you get any pushback?
Auburn is a public school, but they've done a great job of separating and understanding. People don't understand the separation of church and state. It really was to protect the church from the state, right? And so, they recognize my First Amendment rights. And if you look at my Twitter, handle that people can, follow me on Twitter at Coach Pearl. Um, and, you know, I don't have anything on there that says anything about the Auburn basketball coach because when I do tweet and I do tweet and educate, these are my thoughts, not that of Auburn. And they allow me to do that. And I'm basically grateful. Mark, listen, there's just so much that's funny. You know, your listeners know. I would be preaching to the choir right now. And if you, regardless of what you want to talk about, you want to talk about genocide, you want to talk about two-state solution, you want to talk about history, let's just say genocide. Let's talk about that. Because that's so much what young students on college campuses are protesting. It's support of the Palestinians and it's the support of Hamas and a two-state solution. And that Israel has been responsible for genocide. And just looking back to about the time Israel was born in 1948, time in that region, 160,000 Arabs living there. Today, there are about 4 million Arabs living there. There's been no genocide. And of those 4 million Arabs, about 2 million of them are Israeli citizens. They're working every day and living their best life, just like this Jewish basketball coach in Auburn, Alabama. It's over 50% of the healthcare industry. They're in business, they're in the connected. So the whole line of the genocide, yes, isn't true.
Coach Pearl, don't hang up. I'll give you one more segment, if I may. You're listening to the coach of the #1 basketball team in America, college team, Auburn Tigers, Coach Bruce Pearl. We'll be right back. This country was founded on freedom. Freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea, then tried blockading us when we dumped their tea into the ocean. How did that work out? Well, it's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard too, folks. You don't need to pay $100 per person every month just to get a free phone. Pure Talk, my cell phone company, says no to inflated prices. With a qualifying plan, you can choose an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. And yes, this is for the premium service on America's most dependable 5G network. Get your iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy for $0 with a qualifying plan by simply dialing pound 250 and say the keyword Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. So dial pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin to claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with qualifying purchase. From Pure Talk, America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Every time I feel my baby kick, I sing. You don't understand. I never sing. I'm not good at singing. I'm the only person I know who's been booed off a karaoke stage. But that was before I was pregnant. Today, I'm a singer. With a captive audience of one. She doesn't boo me. She never will.
We know how it feels. We're the March of Dimes. Find out how we can help you have a healthier baby at marchofdimesbaby.org.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home. Get it? For real estate investing. Real estate makes money in so many ways.
Buy $1 house.
In 2025. Get real talk from real estate pros about investing strategies that work.
Secret, like how to actually make money.
Bigger Pockets. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
For a local news source you can trust, visit WMAL.com.
Thank you for that.
Get the day's top stories, stream your favorite WMAL shows, access our podcast archives, and more. WMAL.com, making sense of your world online. Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Clarity and context for a complex world.
Be far more thorough and specific than ever before.
News Talk 105.9. Making sense of the news. Making sense of your world.
This is no conspiracy theory. This is a fact. Here it is.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 to 9 p.m.
Listen to this, would you?
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with all service members and their families. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridley. It's raw. I've been shot at, blown up, you name it. It's unfiltered.
When you go to the sound of the gun.
It's weird. I mean, I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
What if the units took a guy out back and shot him? Man, you're gone. I would choose to do what Farmland do. That's what I chose, and it's what I would choose again. I don't want you guys to cut any of this. Just leave them raw.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
See something different for dinner. Searching restaurants near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Gee, same old, same old.
Wait, we're right here, ma'am. Our restaurant's just a few blocks from you. Why is she not seeing us?
Back to the usual, I guess.
Ma'am, can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local restaurants. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Making sense of your world. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news. WMAL, making sense of party politics, because somebody's got to hold their feet to the fire. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The Mark Levin Show, live and national at 877-381-3811.
Bruce Pearl is the head coach of the number one college basketball team in America, the Auburn Tigers. Doesn't that sound cool, Bruce?
Man, it's music to my ears. You can certainly get it if you want to. It's what you work for. But you know, Mark, it's just February. And then right in the it's all about who's the number one. You know, that whole Marksman gets done. The kids work so hard, and it's a bunch of really good things. And I used to write a great when I was playing Alabama. So it's the opportunity.
Do you think one of the reasons you're able to express yourself, and by the way, you don't go off like a spook and start raging out there. You know, you're thoughtful about your views. You give your views in a very intelligent, substantive way and so forth. But do you think part of the reason you're able to do that is because you're number one? I mean, what if you were number 101? Do you think you'd be able to do it?
Yeah, Mark, you still have me on, and I'm not on because I'm the team of the country. I'm on because you and I have met each other several times at some things that matter to both of us, the support of our country, or the Republican Party, the Republican Jewish Coalition, and the state of Israel, and recognize that. Hey, listen, I'm a good student. I listen to you. I read you. I'm a very dear friend of David Friedman, and I've read both of his books. And that last book that he set out, The One Jewish State, is really something. The title might prevent people from picking it up, but like President Trump has recently spelled out a very new idea and new way of thinking about how maybe change the course of the Middle East, because the course needs to be changed. David spells out some very important things in the one Jewish state. There are about 21 Arab states, and there is only one Jewish state. And Israel tried to comply with the United Nations and the rest of the world and say, okay, let's have another Palestinian state and a Jewish state next door. And it wasn't a very big deal for the Jewish people. But you know what? Something was better than nothing, so we'll take it. And we'll figure out a way to live in peace with our neighbors. And of course, the day after Israel became a state, the entire Arab world, attracted from all sides. And thank God she won the war. But the whole thing was simply because there was a segment of the Arab population who was not willing to live to the Jewish people. In 2005, when we posted Gaza, over Gaza, as you know, Israel, and the hopes of a swap for land for peace, anything for peace, anything for peace. You know what? We're going to give you Gaza, and we're going to pull 30,000, Israelis, mostly Russian Jews who really have no place to go after the pogroms and the Soviet Union in the 1980s and 90s, and pull them out. We'll give it to you. It's just as a sign that we want to live next door in peace, and which is the Palestinians do. They elect Hamas, and it's been a third state, and it's been a launching pad for terrorism. And right now, the United States government, the State Department, is for a two-state solution still. That must change. That's not an option anymore.
Well, we are going to watch you guys on Saturday. We're going to be rooting for you. And I say that because I have a lot of family members, who went to University of Alabama. I hate to tell you this, Coach. Some went to Auburn. And by my making that announcement, I'll be a persona non grata. But you're the man. We're going to be watching you. We're going to be rooting for you. And we wish you and your guys all the best.
Well, Mark, I appreciate it. Thank you for speaking so much truth out there. And thank you for loving your country and letting us that want to learn and understand more and be able to defend what President Trump is doing right now and the great challenge in the Middle East. We appreciate your knowledge and appreciate that we deliver every single day. I'm glad to call you my friend.
Likewise, friend. God bless you. Take care of yourself. That's Coach Pearl, the head coach, the Auburn Tigers, the #1 basketball team in America, and he makes the right point. Team that's left standing after March Madness. Your record is a powerful record right up into and through that process. And then out the other end comes the #1 team of the year. That's the way that works. College basketball is very exciting. I'm not really into professional basketball. I used to be obsessed with it. Growing up in Philadelphia, at my age, I used to be obsessed with Will Chamberlain, that whole team. Hal Greer, Chet Walker, Bill Cunningham, Wally Jones, names that some of you older folks may be familiar with. And then later, Jerry Sloan and some of these. I used to enjoy it. I used to watch, and enjoy watching Chamberlain and Russell, Boston in the 76ers. I remember when Chamberlain went to L.A., to the Lakers. Nobody really heard of them before. And they paid him the unbelievable sum of $350,000. Nobody could believe it. $350,000? Now these guys are getting $45 million. They couldn't hold a candle to Chamberlain. And while I'm on that subject, I remember in baseball, this tremendous contract Mike Schmidt got, probably the greatest third baseman ever. Sorry, Kansas City, that's my view. The greatest third baseman ever. He got a $3.5 million contract. Philadelphia almost went nuts. He got what? $3.5 million for multiple years, obviously. And now it's a spit in a bucket. It's nothing. Now I know inflation all, but no. You got players making hundreds of millions of dollars over 10 years. I think to myself, what would a Steve Carlton be making or Nolan Ryan be making right now? What would a Steve Carlton be making right now? They must be wondering themselves. You see these football players too. I'll tell you a quick story. At a convention center, not too big, near where we live in Virginia. And Mr. Producer, that's where I got you the signed Steelers helmet. That's a real helmet. That's not a fake helmet. That's a real professional helmet. Isn't Mean Joe Green signed on that helmet? Is there somebody else on that helmet? Okay, Bettis. Well, Bettis is like the generation after Mean Joe Green. Bettis couldn't have been more pleasant. He was having a good time. But these guys are like, they have to sign helmets and sign cards and stuff now to make money. Because they didn't hit the pot. They didn't hit it when it was really big. The pot was big. Can I tell you a little secret about Mean Joe Green? He's really mean. It's not a joke. And I don't blame him in this regard. They have a sign, don't walk behind the player. Because, they know what these players hurt. So the schmo, I mean, he's not a big guy or anything. He walks behind me, Joe Green, to get a photo. Did I tell you this, Rich? You're big Steelers. And me, Joe Green says, "What are you doing?" "I want a picture." He said, "Can you read?" See what the sign says? "Oh, I'm sorry." He said, "Yeah, stand over there." That's what he said to the guy. It was funny to me, not to the guy. And I mentioned that to Pettis. And you know what he said to me, Rich? "That's why they call him Me Joe Green, isn't it?" It's very funny. But I feel bad for these guys. You know, they have to go to these things. They don't want to go to these things, I'm sure, and sign. And they just didn't hit it. You know, like now, these guys, they just make, I mean, you could be an average player and you make a multi-million-dollar a year. It's incredible. And these tremendous players, they really didn't make very much, just the way it was. And, you know, you have these player unions now, and I think there's a point at which it's just too much because the fan pays the bottom line. To go to a basketball game now, it's a fortune. To go to a football game, it's even a bigger fortune. It's a lot of money. And then, you know, you want a beer and a hot dog, or somebody wants me a Diet Coke and a hot dog and a salt pretzel, maybe some popcorn thrown in, Mr. Produce, maybe some potato chips, you know, whatever. If you're just an average family and you got 3 kids and you're in there, husband and wife, you're spending a crap load of money for that day. It's a crap load. It's like Disney. Nobody can afford to go to these Disney parks anymore. These all-day tickets or 3-day tickets. I mean, we have a guy, Julie and I have this personal trainer that I used to have, but, you know, I hurt my leg. I don't have him anymore. He's a great guy, Justin. He told me the family, this is like a year ago, they went to Disney for the entire week. He had to spend $10,000, Rick. Between the flights and the rooms and the food, and to get into the park, he said, "Mark, it was $10,000. I think Walt Disney's spinning in his grave." Why am I getting into this? I don't know. Does it matter? I like talking about it. After more than a year of war, terror, pain in Israel, there's a great deal of demand for basic humanitarian aid. The Israeli economy is really hurting, folks. The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, they've stepped into the void. They always do. All these volunteers, they're very, very brave. Very, very brave. It's a fantastic organization. And they support and they continue to support those in the Holy Land facing very, very difficult times with the terrorists, war-torn areas, access to food, clothing and so forth. They're in desperate need. Your ongoing monthly gift, which is tax deductible, of say $45, monthly gift of $45, that'll provide critically needed aid to communities in the North and South devastated by this ongoing war, by Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis and all the rest. The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews will deliver immediately help on the ground in the Holy Land to those in need, including evacuees and refugees from the war-torn areas, first responders and volunteers, wounded soldiers, elderly Holocaust survivors, families who've lost everything, and so many more. You can provide hope during a time of great uncertainty. It's a real blessing to be able to do it, a real blessing to be able to do it. Give a gift, a tax-deductible gift to the people of Israel. Call 844-866-IFCJ, 844-866-IFCJ. Again, 844-866-IFCJ. We'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home. Get it? Right. For real estate investing. Real estate makes money in so many ways.
You can buy $1 million house, that you can live for free in 2025.
Get real talk from real estate pros about investing strategies that work.
Rich people giving away their secrets, like how they actually make money.
This is my house. This is my house.
I'm home.
Bigger Pockets. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Baldwin Street? Garland Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
While serving in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. They didn't think I was going to make it. I'm Latoya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
BAV helps veterans like Latoya get the benefits.
Bye. I'll be back later. Everybody have a nice night.
It's overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to